Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm the National Honor Society advisor. I would like to welcome you to tonight's event. If you would all please rise and join me as we say our nation's pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can be seated. So I would like to thank all of you guys for coming tonight to our ceremony, our bridging ceremony for the National Honor Society of McBain. One of the pillars that we have for the National Honor Society is scholars. And scholarly people know a lot of historic facts. So, scholars, I'd like to ask you guys a question. Would any of you know which historical figure created math? That would be Henry VIII. This is where you laugh at that joke, because that was, okay. Well, we'll try another one. Do any of you know where the Declaration of Independence was signed? At the bottom, yes, okay. Okay, well, that was kind of a cold start. These students who are being honored tonight, they've committed themselves to striving for excellence in many areas of their own personal life. As part of the National Honor Society application process, each of these students was rated on their performance based on a application. Each one of our staff members also rated them based on character and service. They were also graded on leadership as well as their overall scholarship based on GPA. Each one of these students has scored at a certain percentage on their application and will be honored tonight with the induction ceremony. Tonight, each one of our speakers will also discuss one of the pillars that we have with scholarship, character, leadership, and service, and they will be lighting the candles to represent the flame that burns eternal. Each one of these speakers will now begin, and the first to go will be Isabel Roosevelt with scholarship.
I light the candle that represents scholarship. Scholarship is a commitment to learning. As students, we are willing to spend hours studying because we know the importance and lasting benefits of a well-rounded education. We should continue to learn through others and through daily life, even when our formal education has ended. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success and can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Members have the responsibility to continually expand their world through opportunities inherent only in scholarship.
I light the candle that represents character. Character is a force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality and personality. Without character, no one can possess self-respect or hope to attain the respect of others. It is a force of character which guides us through life and, once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved by constant action and daily striving to make the right choices. The problem of character is the lack of self-control. We must be in reality that we appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
I light the candle that represents leadership. Leadership should be noticeably demonstrated throughout our school. In taking initiative in class and school activities, real leaders strive to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. Success cannot be efficiently achieved without a good leader, regardless of the resources. Leadership is always needed and is therefore a significant obligation to each of our members and to the candidates.
I light the candle that represents service. Opportunities to display service present themselves to us in the daily routine of life. Willingness to help others without expectation of payment is the quality we seek in membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. In the words of Winston Churchill, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
And now we will begin the bridging ceremony, where the current members of the National Honor Society will bridge into the induction the new incoming members. They will meet in front of the table and receive their certificate. New members, first one, Isabel, will be bridging Michaela Blood. Olivia Peterson will be bridging Olivia Bosher. Benjamin McNally Rodenbaugh will be bridging Thomas Deal. Gwyneth Verberkmos will be bridging Ayla Ferdine. Shannon Maloney will be bridging Avery Gildy. Madison Akampa will be bridging Peyton Grant. Shauna McLean will be bridging Yamilet Hernandez Mendoza. Gwyneth Verberkmos will be bridging Aubrey Campos. Lydia Klein will be bridging Morgan Ketchpaw. Brett Ealing will be bridging Thomas Maloney. Bryce Acom will be bridging Caleb Miller. Megan Kyle will be bridging Ivy Mills. Caitlin DeZoo will be bridging Jaden Moomey. Brett Ealing will be bridging Levi Myers. Eli Wilt will be bridging Logan Overman. Bryce Acom will be bridging Kaysen Pollington. Saffron Klein will be bridging Ethan Quist. Genesis Wilson will be bridging Garen Schneeg. Aiden Cucci will be bridging Gavin Scott. Megan Kyle will be bridging Bailey Shield. Isabel Roosevelt will be bridging Molly Taylor. Henry Boss will be bridging Adrian Van Heitzma. Henry Boss will also be bridging Isaiah Van Heitzma. Chelsea Isaga will be bridging Briella Wallinges. And I light the candle that is symbolic of the society, which is the keystone in the torch. The keystone bears at its base the letters CSLS, which stand for character, scholarship, leadership, and service, which are the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society. The lighted torch represents truth and knowledge. Members of the National Honor Society and newly inducted members, will you please stand and repeat after me the National Honor Society pledge? I pledge to maintain my high scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy an untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. And in doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. So parents, friends, relatives, I would like to congratulate this group, and let's give these guys a warm welcome. You guys can be seated. Now, there's a few announcements that I would like to kind of put out there while we have parents that are here. One of those is if you are not a member already, we do try to post most of our information on social media. So the McBain National Honor Society does have a Facebook page. It's named McBain National Honor Society, so you can look for that. That's where most of our information gets posted if you're over 30. Like myself. So Facebook is one way that we try to communicate with parents and with this group. I am working on trying to break into the 21st century and use other modes of communication. So with these guys, we will have a separate group. I believe that Olivia Peterson, who is one of our blood drive coordinators, can we have our blood drive coordinator stand up? We have Olivia Peterson, Caitlin Dezou, and Lydia Klein. So these ladies have committed to organizing and running our blood drives. They ran most of them last year as well as this summer, and we also have an upcoming blood drive coming up next week. And I believe that we have an Instagram page too as well. Okay, so you can look for that and start looking for some updates. You guys can have a seat. One of the things that we try to strive for as a goal with our blood drives is really to be the best in the state when it comes to schools. We've gotten commended from our blood drive coordinator that she is amazed in the fact that we have such a small community, but year after year and drive after drive, we seem to set new records. Last year was our personal high. We actually got over 100 units donated in one blood drive. My goal this year, and I told these guys this today, we have 41 members. I'm asking each one of them to recruit 3. So 100 was a pretty good number. It took us a while to get that. We got close a few times. What I would like to do now is I'd like to bump that number up to 120. So if each member of our National Honor Society recruits 3 members, or if they donate blood themselves, we should be able to get at least 120. So on September 12th, which is just a week and a half away, we're going to have our next blood drive, which is going to be right here in our new McBain Middle School. If you've seen the gym floor, it looks fantastic. We may spill some blood on it, I don't know, but the goal here is just to try to get as many people to walk through the door as possible. So if you keep an eye out on the Facebook page, there will be updates for the Versiti website where you can log in, you can set up a time to donate. If you are curious and you say, well, I don't really use Facebook, I'm not really sure about that, any of our NHS members can also take a donation request, and they can say, what time would you like to come in, and we can get you on the schedule for that. We do 3 blood drives a year, and we try to space them out because there is a time period in which you can donate, and it's usually 8 weeks in between, and so we try to space them out. We have our second one in January, we have our last one will usually happen in April or May. So that way we can kind of stay consistent, we can have the same people repeating coming back. This year we have, or this blood drive, we have a couple of things to kind of tantalize you in. It's called a pint for a pint. So every donation you get a pint of ice cream from Culver's, not beer. And we also have t-shirts that we're giving away this year as well. So if you're familiar with the band Nirvana, the t-shirts are kind of a replication of the Nirvana album as well. Some other things that we are doing this year as well, because one of our characteristics is service. So some other things that we are doing is a blood drive, a canned food drive as we get closer to the holidays. And so we try to organize with the school, try to do some class competitions to, try to get some local pantries the needed food that they would need as we get closer to the holiday season. In addition, we also do a student service day in the spring, which is part of a fundraiser for us. This group, typically we do a trip every other year to Chicago. And so this would help to pay for that. So in the spring, if you have some work that you need to do, you can hire these guys to do student service work for a day. We spend half the day, we do our cleanup at our Adopt a Highway section, which is just south of town. But then the rest of the day, they're free for whatever you would need them to do. I know Mr. Vanna often hires kids to come and plant flowers and do all kinds of yard work at his place. But if you're looking to hire some students for a day, that would be a great spot. That is all that I have for announcements. If we could, we would like to maybe get an updated picture for our Facebook page. So if we can have the members, you guys can leave your sheets there. And let's gather like right in front of this, actually behind the table, so we have the McBain National Honor Society table. We'll blow the candles out so we don't have any accidents. You want to go ahead and blow them? So this would be a great time if any parents want to snap a photo. We'll have plenty of photo opportunities out in the hallway as well. Okay, so at this time, if you guys want, you can gather pictures with certificates and family and friends out front, or, there you go. Oh, senior picture outside, there you go. Okay. Thank you.